Good morning, students. I am Tushar Warde, TGT English from Kendriya Vidyalaya Nasik Road Camp, and in this session, we are going to talk about some key points of your lesson number 3 from your book Honeydew, Glimpses of the Past. So before we go towards key points of this lesson, first of all, we will talk about some other factors that you are going to learn through this lesson. First of all, we will try to understand British reign from this lesson. Now, British reign or British rule. As you all know that, students, this lesson is closely related with history subject. Still it is given. So, first of all, try to understand. Most of the time, we feel that there was British rule in India. But let me tell you frankly that actual British rule started in India in 1858. Means this lesson is all about the first Indian freedom revolt that took place in 1857. And after that, in 1858, in real sense, British rule started in India. Then you will say up to 1857, whose rule was there? Then in India, up to 1857, the British East India Company was ruling India. Means actually that was the company having business purpose only. But slowly they took over every region, every kingdom, every state under their reign, under their rule, and they became the rulers. And they started imposing their oppressive rules on Indians. And that's why there was the first Indian revolt of freedom in 1857. And after that, British Parliament had to take note of it, and they suspended, they cancelled, they dismissed the rule of British East India Company. And from 1858, there was actual British rule. Up to 1857, there was the rule of British East India Company. Second thing, we are going to learn from some freedom fighters from this lesson, from this chapter, like Begum Hazrat Mahal, Kuwar Singh, Nana Sahib Peshwa, Tatya Tope, Mangal Pandey, and we are going to learn about some social factors and political system prevalent in the then India. In that time, what type of social system was there? What type of social evils were prevalent? What bad social customs like child marriage, then some superstitions were there, casteism was there, it was prevalent in the then Indian society. Then what type of political system was there? Political system means the way we are ruled by one central government and some federal state governments right now, and we are democratic country. But in that time we were not democratic country, and we were ruled by different kings in different parts. Means in true sense, India was not a united country in real sense. Though we had been a country, but it was separated, isolated in different kingdoms and different states. And every state, every part, every region has had their own king and prince that was ruling over there. So that was the political system at that time. Then we are going to learn about how to present the events in chronological order. Chronological order means, students, whatever years and dates are given, whenever we present all the dates and years in proper sequence, that is called as chronological order. Chronological order nothing but means whenever we present dates and years in a proper sequence, that is called as chronological order. For example, 1850, 1853, 1857. So first will come 1850, then 1853, then 1857. This is called as chronological order. It's proper sequencing of the events, date-wise and year-wise. Then, yes, definitely, we will also learn a sense of quality of patriotism, how to sacrifice our lives for the sake of our nation. These things we are going to learn through this lesson. So students, now let's go to the key points of this lesson that will definitely help you. If you read it carefully, listen it carefully, that will definitely help you to understand this lesson in a better way. First, during 18th century, British East India Company subdued Indian princes one by one. In 18th century, what happened? Britishers or British East India Company had come to India for business sake only as merchants. But later on, their ambition grew and they thought that we can be the rulers of this land. And slowly, unfortunately, what happened in that time, our India was divided into different kingdoms, and those kings and princes, they were enemy of each other, rivals, competitors of each other. So that's why Britishers took advantage of it and they became the ruler of India. They took over the princely states under their reign, under their rule. Second point, some social evils were prevalent in our country such as untouchability, casteism, child marriage and superstitions. And due to these social evils, bad customs existing in our society, we cannot progress. Third one, farmers had to abandon their farm due to heavy taxes imposed by the British. As I told you earlier that Britishers had come to India as merchants, businessmen. They want to get more and more monetary profits. So first of all, they targeted our farmers. As we know that our culture is agriculture. So that's why they started damaging our economy. First of all, they attacked farming sector. They imposed heavy taxes on the farmers. So that's why farmers could not continue with their farms and they had to give up their farms to British East India Company. Then next one, British East India Company also crippled Indian industries by imposing oppressive tactics. Like suppose small industries were there in those times in India, particular artisans. Artisans means a kind of person who has some skill of manufacturing, producing new things by hands only. Because in those days, India didn't have industrial revolution. So that's why handmade things were only manufactured by such artisans. So what happened? That Britishers started imposing heavy taxes on the goods made by such artisans. And that's why the goods made by Indian artisans were expensive and no one was buying it in the market. So that's why slowly Indian industries were crippled and damaged by Britishers. Comparing to them, Britishers' goods were cheap in cost and high in quality because it was being made by the machines. The next one, social reformers like Raja Ram Mohan Roy were attracted to the Western education based on science. In this time only, social reformers, people like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, they started thinking about the current situation of Indian society. Why we are having life of servants. Then they thought that there is a problem in our education system. Most of the Indians, they are not educated and the education system is age-old. That's why we need modern education system based on modern knowledge, that is based on science. So he went to England and fought for the justice of India. He also requested Britishers that if you are ruling us, then treat us as your subject and do something for our development also. But still British continued to oppress Indians by passing unjust laws. So one of the unjust laws in those days was that is called as Regulation 3. As per this regulation, Britishers could arrest any Indian without having any kind of judicial trial in the court. Thomas Macaulay, one of the British officers, suggested some changes in Indian education system. Actually, why he suggested some changes in Indian education system? He thought that we are ruling India. So we want to run administration in India. So we want some servants, some clerks, those who will do clerical jobs for us. And their administration was being done in English language only. So he thought that in education system we will implement education through English. By 1856, the British East India Company had conquered the whole of India. Indian soldiers, princes, nawabs, kings were ill pleased with the Britishers. They together revolted against British in 1857. So due to that unrest, dissatisfaction in every field of the society in India, there was the first Indian freedom revolt in 1857. Unfortunately, this revolt didn't get success, but it is known as the first revolt against British and gave new hope to Indians. Means, though unfortunately we could not get success in this revolt, but Indians got new hope and confidence that unitedly if we come together, we can defeat Britishers and we can make them to run from our country. I hope students you will read the key points that will be sent by me to you and keep going through this video also, and we will come up with the question based on this part. Thank you.